Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these light, tender, delicious gingerbread waffles. Now you can top these with whatever you want to top them with. Maple syrup, whipped cream, fruit, what have you. As you can see here, I did use some powdered sugar. That's all that I think these need because they are bursting with flavor and they are so good on Christmas morning. But anyway, stay tuned and I will show you how to make them. Hey y'all, so we are back in the kitchen, so the sound and the lighting is going to be a little bit different. But anyway, let's get started with our dry ingredients. In my big, huge red bowl here, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And to that, you're going to throw in 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So just dump that right on in there. Then we're going to have 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. We're going to have 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. Sitting all my little bowls right over there. Half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And we have half a teaspoon of salt. So, we are just going to mix all of this together very thoroughly. Very thoroughly. Because you don't want to bite into these and get like a big old mouthful of nutmeg or something. You want all of this to be dispersed pretty evenly. So I'm just going to mix this all up here, or you can run it through a sifter if you want to. If'n you want to. My grandma used to say if'n you want to. All right, so we have all of this looking pretty good. And that's what we're going for. See, it's sort of like an even color there. That beautiful sort of a tan color. All right, and I'm going to make a mess with it. Y'all know I'm a messy cook. I make messes. It's all right. I clean it all up. All right. So we have all of this mixed together. Let's get it out of the way and get an even bigger bowl because we're going to start mixing together our wet ingredients. All right. So we have everything else that we need to mix together. And let's talk about what we have. Here we have 4 large eggs. We have 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar. Now, I highly suggest you using dark brown sugar to give you a deeper flavor, but we are very close to Christmas, and light brown sugar was all that I could find in my area. So anyway, 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 cup of fresh pumpkin puree. I know you're like, why are you putting pumpkin in it? Believe me, it is delicious. 1 cup of pumpkin puree, 1 1/4 cup of milk, which I have sitting over here off to the side. We have 1/2 cup of molasses and 1/2 cup of butter that I have melted. This is unsalted butter. So now let's get some of this stuff out of the way and we'll mix it together. Okay, so we are going to put our eggs and our brown sugar into another big red bowl. And then we are going to put that in the sink. Then we're going to beat this together until it is light and fluffy. And for that, I'm going to be using my trusty Redmond hand mixer. Y'all know that I love Redmond. This is one of my favorite hand mixers I've ever owned. It is heavy, but it doesn't hurt your hand. It is sturdy and it's got some power behind it, okay? Actually, all of the appliances that I'm going to be using in this video came from Redmond. So I'm going to have some links in the description box down below. And also, I'm going to pin a comment with links to where you can get all of the Redmond items that I'm using here. But anyway, like I said, beat this on low to medium speed until it is light and fluffy. All right, that did not take long. Like I said, this thing has some power behind it. So anyway, now what we're going to do is we are going to beat in our pumpkin. Where did my silicone doohickey go? Hang on. I've got it right here. Just scrape in our pumpkin. And then we're going to throw that in the sink. We're going to pour in our milk. We're going to dump in our molasses, which I used just a little bit of cooking spray. And y'all know I hate cooking spray, but I used a little bit of cooking spray inside the bowl before I measured out the molasses, and also used it in my measuring cup. That way it doesn't stick and it comes out fairly easily. So we're going to mix all of that together now, along with our melted butter. All right, now whip it up again. This smells so good. Oh, look, I made a mess over here. This smells so good, it really does. So now what we're going to do is just stir in your dry ingredients just a little at a time. Now, don't over stir this because then you're going to make it all tough and chewy and not very good. You can see I'm just kind of gently stirring all that in, just breaking up any little lumps that should happen to pop up. Stirring a little more. Just kind of scraping down the sides as I'm going. Now, off to the side here, I do have my Redmond waffle iron heating up. And once I get all this stirred together and move it out of the way so that you can see what I'm actually doing, I'm going to show you how to make the actual waffle. All right, so we have our lovely Redmond waffle maker here. I know, y'all probably saying you use a lot of Redmond stuff. Listen to me. If you're in my kitchen, you're going to find Redmond products all over the place, okay? Because I love them. So anyway, what you do, you just take this waffle iron and plug it in. This little green, I'm going to try to pick it up. Do you see these lights here? This little green light is going to come on to show you that it is preheating. Once that green light goes off, that means that it is ready to use. We're going to put our batter in there, lower it down, and it has this little locking mechanism here, which is awesome. So that, you know, if you have cats, dogs, and feral children running around, they can, well, if the dog can open up the waffle iron, I say he deserves the waffle. But anyway, if the kids come in and they try to lift it up, they can't open it unless you press the thing to unlock it and then open it. But we're going to leave it shut because we're waiting for it to preheat. So anyway, once this green light goes off, we're going to come back and put in the batter. All right, so the green light has gone out and I have a measuring cup here. I think this is what is this? This is a third cup. So anyway, you press this little lock here to open it up, and I'm just going to drop in my batter like so. Now, when you close this and start to cook, if you've used waffle irons before, you know that they steam a little bit. That is perfectly normal. As it cooks, this green light that I showed you down below, it is going to cycle off and on a few times as it regulates the temperature inside the waffle iron. So don't worry at all. Let's put a little bit more in that one. So don't worry at all about that. That is normal. You just press it down like so, and then press this to lock. And this is going to take 4 to 5 minutes for it to finish. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and when they're done, we'll take them out. All right, just a quick clip here. You see the steam? That's the steam that I was telling you about. That is perfectly normal. And you can also tell when the waffles are done when the steam subsides, okay? When the steam stops, that's a good indication that they're done. But anyway, I've still got a timer going over here just in case. So anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, y'all, my timer went off, and look at these. I wish that you could smell. They smell so good. We have our handy dandy little gingerbread man spatula here. Is that not adorable or what? And then we're just going to take these out and place them on a holiday plate. Now, these are so light and so fluffy and just so good. You don't really need a whole lot of topping on them. What I like to do with these is a little bit of powdered sugar and you're good to go. Of course, you know, if you want to use maple syrup, whipped cream, something like that, of course, go ahead and do that. But for me, I use powdered sugar. And that 3 is going to be good. Let's move this out of the way so that you can get a good look. And how good is that? They are so good. But anyway, I'm going to dust on a little bit of powdered sugar. And that is that. But I know someone is going to ask, can you freeze them and can you reheat them? Yes, you can. Once they have cooled down, you can place them in a freezer bag and you can reheat them. I don't really suggest reheating them in a microwave because then they get mushy. What I do recommend is heating them up in a toaster, in this lovely retro style toaster, also from Redmond. And I know the color looks a little bit off on camera. I can see it through the screen, and you can see my lovely big baggy orange shirt here. This is a shirt I wear when I cook in case I get stuff on me. But anyway, this toaster is in this beautiful green color, and it's going to look so good on your counter for Christmas. They also have different colors. I did see some red and some white. They have all different colors of toasters in this beautiful retro style. So once you want to reheat your waffles, you can just throw them in here, heat them up just a little bit, and they're going to come out tender in the center and crispy on the outside. So another good reason to stock your kitchen with Redmond products, because they make everything that you need. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would, please give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.